Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 2 vs 2 on Rockclaw Foothills. But on Team 1, as the Death Guard, we have got spooky, scary skeletons. And we have got the Birdman playing as the Imperial Guard. So Team 2 playing as the Witch Hunters, we've got you, Slav and Alexa. And we've got Envy playing as the Eldar. So lots of swift and nimble stuff going on the southern side. What with the Eldar and their fleet of foot shenanigans, as well as the Witch Hunters, with potential for Seraphins, and also maybe some Lightning Strike fighters later on in the game. Maybe they can use their maneuverability to go around this one singular flank that's going on this long and narrow map. Death Guard and Imperial Guard, very happy on a map like this. After all, the Death Guard, as you know them, they are quite slurp, quite durable. Imperial Guard hide inside the buildings and such. Quite defensible factions are both for these guys. But will they be able to capitalise on the central points first and foremost before the swift lads and lasses on the southern side do things? We've also got some random things flying on high, but that's okay. You know, you're not meant to be able to zoom out this far in traditional kind of Warhammer, Soulstorm kind of doodly-doodads. You know what? We're breaking rules here, boys and girls. This is unification. This is a mod. We make our own rules. Got some conscripts. Oh no, you're not conscripts. Got fully qualified guardsmen coming right down to the centre to capture the critical location, the extra little bit of vision. And not much in the way of major charging forwards at the moment from the southern team here. Quite comfortable just capturing all their nearest and dearest as quickly as humanly possible. We'll be seeing a Farseer of all things in the early game. I suppose if the Imperial Guard get a command mount, which they will do, that Mind War will kill one of the members pretty damn quickly. And if the Death Guard go for a Plague Lord as well, which they are... they're going to go for it. But he's going to come out last. She'll be able to do a fair bit of damage to him as well. Damage being the French for damage. At least I assume so. We'll watch her as she charges on in, getting ready to rustle the jimmies of the guardsmen who've captured the centre. Fleet of foot charging forward. Do have the priest joining the command squad. But a Mind War straight on him. I want to stick around though, you want to keep close to him to make sure that you get the maximum amounts of Mind War. And I'm going to redo it. Oh no, never mind, that was a big zap instead. Breaking the morale, but nothing really to capitalise on that breaking of morale. Here comes a Sentinel. Well, have you just taken into tier 2? Super quick? Nope, no you haven't. You've just got one. Got one out of nowhere. Fair enough. I don't mind. I don't care. Got a flamer. Those guardsmen taking care of it very, very quickly. They were not expecting a mad lad on 2 feet striding forward. Commissar was with them to keep them in good stead, but even his glare and gaze can't keep them in a positive mindset so early in the game.
The future seems so...
And he falls back. Why? Oh, right, because very low health. You might be a vehicle, but as a Sentinel tier 1 vehicle, you do go down pretty quickly. The Witch Hunters do have quite remarkable access to, you name it, basically in tier 1. They've got a little bit of everything. You can never predict what the Witch Hunters are going to do in the early game. Got some stun grenades going off on the Marines as well to make them even slower. You have some Dark Reapers as well. And yeah, at the moment, you'd think that these guys would be able to stand firm, but being beaten back by the range damage. Player squad reinforcing themselves as best as they can. And even though the Arbites aren't exactly the biggest and baddest units in close combat, holding them back for a little while, a couple of Plague Marines have been brought down low. And these aren't your Assault Marines, these are just regular old Marines from the Nurgle people. Otherwise, to be able to charge it a little bit quicker. You normally see Assault Marines rather than Plague Marines as an opening. They tend to be a little bit better. And if you go for triple, oh no, you've got double Dark Reapers, 1 Guardian squad. So a bit hard to differentiate when they've all got their fleet of foot on the go. Farseer in the middle of everyone. Plague Lord though is ready to get her down as best he can. Flames everywhere. Big back throw as well from the Farseer. And a huge engagement right from the get-go. Sentinel's been repaired, will fall back. Could really do with him getting around the side and just AoE damaging all these guardsmen. So quickly he was able to kill them previously, but now just being held back by that Plague Lord. Barcia continues a reign of terror on the command squad. The commander himself is dead, and both the priest and the psychic are very low health at the moment. If they can capitalize on that, what a major boon it will be for the Eldari here. Another big zap on the guardsman as the Arbites melee combat squad chase them away. Both of those guys are down. And what a deadly situation the forces of disorder are. Although the Plague Marines, as predicted, have been able to hold their own in the centre at the moment. They have gone for a Plague Belcher, which, if I'm not mistaken, the Plague Company that they went for, number 1, is the one that does the extra Plague Belcher damage. Well, I could be mistaken. There are like 8 companies, and it's 9 impossible to remember them all. I'm sure someone can. Laughing Max probably is able to. That big cranium of his. The large brain that's withheld within his skull. I don't have that, I'm afraid. Brain of a pigeon. That's what I have. Yeah, these guys are just not dying. Which makes sense. Point blank refusing to go anywhere else. The flames of the Sentinels barely touching their sides, but looks like they've decided to fall back as the morale has broken. With broken morale, there's no damage that they can really output at the moment. Yeah, stick a Plague Doctor in them. Watch them stand firm for eons, essentially. Guardsmen, they're coming back in force. Could really do with some grenade launches on them. Just so they can get the same kind of range as the Dark Reapers. Also knock them around as well. Would be a mighty damn fine thing indeed. We'll see a heavy flamer turret. Now, controversial opinions only on this channel, boys and girls, but I don't rate the heavy flamer turret. It does a little spinny thing, but it's not exactly like other factions' turrets where they just target one individual. But maybe I'm misremembering it. Maybe it does something else. Oh, we'll find out sooner or later. Plenty of Sentinels in the form of power lifters and dudes with little flags and flamers on them. Like we're attempting to burst down the turret. No point focusing on the power lifter as it is vehicle armor. See what I mean? It just spins around. It's aesthetically pleasing, but it's not exactly doing any damage to anyone. It's just impotently spinning around. Now the guardsmen, they have got... Oh, you've gone for plasma guns. For why? What heavy infantry are you going up against at the moment? I mean, maybe they're anticipating the Eldari going for warp spiders later on. It's not a terrible idea. Got a Cannon S out. I just got a wonderful model for the Witch Hunters as well. Lovely cape and such. Beautiful things. Engagement going on. And this is what I mean. The grenade launchers would have knocked these guys over, reducing their overall DPS. Plasma gun's not exactly the idea that I wanted, but then again, I'm not his dad. I can't tell him what to do. He's his own man. So, morale being broken across the board. The Imperial Guard. Plague Marines that have broken down that turret and will now start focusing down the Sentinels. Managed to get one down quite low health. But the Cannon S, with a flame of her own as well, sorts them out, keeps them aback. That's them basically snookered right there. Dark Reapers there do the damage, but don't quite have the punching power necessary to get the Imperial Guard all the way back home. They've at least got control over the centre for now. Well, the Birdman there still got control of the critical location. Probably need to decap that at some point. Kenneth's very low on health. Yeah, at the moment, you knock the Imperial Guard back. Plague Marines stick around. Knock the Death Guard back. And then the Imperial Guard come back. But missile launchers known as Sentinels. But the Plague Havocs are out and about. Remarkably good anti-vehicle unit. One volley sends that Sentinel back to the sin bin. So tier 2 for these guys, and I think tier 2 for, yep, for Special Weapons Squad. Tier 2 for you. One really well placed grenade should absolutely devastate the small model count of the Dark Reapers. I've got their reinforced armor on just in the nick of time there. A couple of Guardians as well, thinking about doing some stuff. Have you got tier 2 at the moment? You do, and you do as well. Okay, so everyone is relatively in the same kind of tech of the Viper Aspect Stone add-on. Don't know how that's going to help you there. This is where we're going to really start seeing the lack of being able to exploit their superior maneuverability. Once those Plague Havocs are out, especially when they get their anti-infantry upgrade for those missiles as well, and they become a all-purpose unit, that'll be a thing. Have a quick look at the economies while everything's relatively sensible. 110 and 39 and 116 and 40 compared to 98 and 50 and 110 and 13. We'll watch from the Death Guard side of things just for the funsies. So yeah, even though the Southern team number 2, had the map control advantage for a little while. I mean, okay, you've got your listing shrine over here. Are you upgrading your listing shrines? No, you are not. Apart from this one over here. But you are getting a mass of Vipers before sending them in. Is this the case of just jumping over the Imperial Guard lines and going inside the base? That's not a terrible idea. More AoE damage from the Farseer. Got some Celestians even. Keeping the Plague Havocs on the back lines. There goes the Vipers doing a little bit of a short jump. Not sure why that was the case, but here comes the missiles either way. Special weapons teams in the middle somewhere there. Should be able to do some damage. Death Guard being pushed back a bit as the Eldari push on forward. And all that knockback, rendering that firing line more or less useless. Got the vehicles out for Birdman there. A couple of Hellhounds to break down those Dark Reapers. Actually, the Vipers have been killed quite easily. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. That was not what you expected. But that's why the special weapons team was there to break down those vehicles. Maybe the Eldari didn't really see them being there. From the perspective of the Eldar, all Monkai kind of look the same. And when you know, zoomed out a bit maybe, hard to differentiate the boys.
I'm not unwanted.
You have an Almones. How would want to pronounce that? Coming in for some repairs. Been deep stricken in. Death Guard being kept back all the way for now. We do have a Nurgle Dreadnought, so I assume you're just going to trundle on down wherever you've gone. And cause some issues on the front lines. Celestians, though, they've got a couple of heavy flamers. Might get some melter guns as well. Flamers going to be remarkably good against the Guardsman infantry. Sentinel goes down. A couple of Hellhounds have both gone for the Devil Dog upgrade. Fire Dragons moving on in. So are the Vipers. And oh, the whole smorgasbord of Swooping Hawks. Jumping on right in the middle. Questionable life choices. It looks cool. I'll grant you that. Feels like getting you what you want. What fly up in the air? Oh, I see. So that when the Guardsmen retreat, these guys can keep on top of them. After all, they are a general purpose, anti-everything but super fragile kind of unit. Beautiful stuff. Very mobile fighting force here. As off in the distance, do the Death Guard. Push on in. Got the Celestians trying to hold the line. A couple of Dark Reapers staying back as well to help the defense. It seems that they're doing alright at the moment. And actually, maybe it's not the best time to push on in when you know that there's a whole fistful of Swooping Hawks ready to flank your men. Here they come on in. And that is the Death Guard's fighting force more or less completely shafted. Sprinting as fast as they can, but Papa Nurgle did not bless them with running legs. It's a gentle jaunt from these gentle giants. And now, surely, the centre is in control of the forces of order. Some Guardsmen moving forward. Guardians fending them backwards. And now just a regular Hellhound. No Devil Dog upgrade. Should bend for these Guardians. Lickety-split. Before these guys decide to jump right on top of him. But even cutting off the retreat path a little bit there. Very nice positioning of those guys. And a beautiful concave around this neck of the woods, keeping both choke points well and truly choked up. Dark Reapers throwing everything they got, as well as the Plague Marines also throwing some gubbins towards them. Damage over time with those Plague Grenades. and slicing and dicing these guys as they go about their wicked and foul business. Imperial Guard have been beaten back all the way, and it's just bedlam as the Plague Marines dual wielding their swords. Sunhawks being real champions here. No matter where the fighting is, I suppose that's the benefit of having a narrow map as well, is that if fighting happens over here, well, they are within one jumping distance from one side of the battle to the other. So there we are. We've got double Nurgle Dreadnoughts, and they're just chilling out at the moment. I suppose, what are they going to do against all this anti-vehicle? We've got tier 3, and you're going to go for a possessed Marine squad. I mean, that's it. Maybe just mass close combat. Just charge forward. Hope for the best. Keep these guys on their toes. Let the Imperial Guard with some vehicles provide that firing support. That would be the thinking man's game, I reckon. Tier 3 for the Imperial Guard as well. Yuslav Lexus says that he will drop. I hope that means there's going to be dropping units. Ah, there we go. Yep, pop them in there. Deep strike them in. Better drop that way rather than dropping from the game. There is a possessed Marine squad with their spaghetti hands. And... oh, you've got a power claw on. That's cool. Oh, I see. Ah, that's what you mean by dropping in. Celestians going around the backside, focusing the generators, those powerful anti-building weaponry. And while that's going on, these guys are deciding to push on in as well. Dreadnoughts and Plague Marines coming forward, possessed, charging on in. Giving them the old slap. And oh, plasma cannons from the Dreadnoughts. Ah, very nice. Very long range, relatively accurate. Mighty fine against heavy infantry formations. Not a bad idea, but they are going to be losing some serious ground from these guys as they come on in. Some frontline scourge generators being bashed down. Priests keeping the men alive for their God Save the Emperor ability. Fire Dragons moving on in as well. We do have a little cheeky missile launcher from the Sentinel off in the distance. Yeah, this is a ball of death. That's really hard for Guardsmen to deal with, but that being said, Celestians are 65 blue and 15 green, very expensive, and they have lost basically 3 units of them for gaining basically 1 Scourge generator. But I suppose the mainstay of that was to open up the front lines and let the swooping Hawks and Fire Dragons on in. I've got a Chimera, which won't be living for very long, in all fairness. Zerfins jumping on in from the warp, apparently. Hold the line, Guardsmen, that's what they say. They've got the heavy weapons team out. Regular old guards. Cascans as well. Somehow they're actually holding things back. Very nice stuff. Oh, right, it's because the heavy weapons team has got that last cannon. Really good firing rate. Breaks down vehicles and buildings. No questions asked. And yeah, the men hold. Against all odds, they managed to do it. Down this side though, the Nurgle Dreadnought still struggling a little bit with the Celestians. I mean, it's so expensive to reinforce these ladies, and they have not got that frontline breakaway that they really wanted. I mean, yeah, fair enough, they've killed the listing post, have denied the relic as well. The Plague Bear's Crawler, quite like the Plague Bear's Crawler in this scenario. Well, you can't really get too much towards the swooping Hawks, but we've blown them up from a distance. That's not a bad idea. But the fighting men, there's just a lot of them now. Even that AoE damage. I mean, fair enough, the swooping Hawk Viper combo, wonderful for burst damage, taking down singular targets, but you just throw a maximum amount of chaff towards your opponents, well, it's impossible to burst through all of that. There's another Plague Bear's Crawler going on, vehicle cap increase, got Tribulation Mound for some potential Death Guard heroes. Well, got a stupid amount of individual commanders that they can go for. Celestia's been super tough and tanky. Might need the guardsmen to come back on over and see if they can help him out. Oh, right, well, there's an avatar king. Where did you come from? Powerful glutes on this man. Lemensha, the loincloth champion. Look at him come striding on by, ready to just basically ruin the guardsmen there. They do not realise what's coming as they see the madman stride on forward. A big swipe from his blade. He grabs the man, gives him a squeeze. Dear oh dear. Hold the line, men. But the line they are not holding at all. Yeah, that's one way to break for the guardsman line. It's Mars Pattern Commander, potential for a Lehman Russ. Oh, Lehman Russ, sorry. A Banblade. Death Guard now to fall back. Same with the elite of the Imperial Guard. But this should, in theory, break them down. The sooner they get rid of them, the sooner they can then start defending the front lines. Do the Imperial Guard have Banblade money? I think they... Yeah, there we go. There's Banblade money right there for you. Just now need to keep this building alive. There's a fire prism. Don't get to see these very often. A vial of filth thrown towards swooping hawks. That's how Aisha feels in the Guards of Nurgle, I imagine. I think it's Aisha, or Aisha, whatever you call that. Beautiful back swing from the Avatar Kane there. Got a 10-point average on that kid. And there we are. Celesti's been taken care of. Eldari forging their way on in. The moment they see this Mars Pattern Command is when they realise this is what they really should be focusing on. Need to deny this Banblade ASAP. And at least decap the relic while they're on top of that. Avatar Kane, though, taking a lot of damage, but actually surviving quite well with that demon armour of his. But no, they're not going to be able to take out that Mars Pattern Command now, and that might spell their doom. The Banblade is definitely one of the best relic units, at least in Soulstorm. Arguably in the top 10 of Unification. Might be an idea to do a tier list of best super units in Unification one day, but maybe we might do that for the Easter holidays. Maybe some holidays when I've got more time. Well, don't you know I'm a busy man now? Got a proper day job. About that promotion and everything. Well done, mate. There's a Banblade. And what a terrible time, but there is also Saint Celestine. And look at the damage she brings to the table. One swat does a big chunk of damage. Look, maybe now kill the Banblade, Celestine. Look at that relic units everywhere. Swooping hawks inside the base. Death Guard attempting to do stuff. Oh, that's just two very scary units inside your base there. There's the guardsman. Hold the line once again. Beautiful base building as well for the placement of their plasma generators. Oh god, it's double trouble here. Fire of many different kinds. Plague Bear Crawlers were wanting to fire at masses of infantry, but that's not how things are going to go down. Good heavens. The Avatar Kane, low on health, tries to get out of there. Saint Celestine, did you survive? No, Saint Celestine is down as well. So, remarkably good push. But the durability of the Guard and the Death Guard holding on in. Reaching on high. Asking the Eldar gods why. Malgan Ra, Phoenix Lord. Well, here comes the counter-attack. Spearheaded by the Banblade. Spooky, scary skeletons. You've got your cesspit. Oh, Plague Company 1, is that the one where you get Mortarion? It'd be really cool if we saw him. There we are. It's been a while since the Guard have seen the centre of the battlefield. Malgan Ra did not retreat far enough. He goes down. Phoenix Lord he may be, but he too can die. Well, I mean, they die and then come back, don't they? That's how Phoenix Lords work. We could at least be sent back from whence he came for a short while. And now all goes quiet as these guys start capturing their bits. Current economy is 158 and 72 for the Witch Hunters and 97 and 59 compared to 116 and 52 and 102 and 72. So the Eldar, even though they've had this extra listening post for so long, they've not had a good going with their, whatchamacallums, their economy. They have a great webware support portal there. So maybe, Wraith Knight, is that what we call it? I don't know, something like that. But the centre, well and truly, now in the hands of the Guard and Death Guard. They have got their Mars factory, which is like your Mars pattern command, but a little bit chunkier. Got more bits and bobs on it. There's a webware gate. Oh, I see. So Envy was thinking about a Titan, but a Titan requires a critical location. That's very unfortunate. Well, the Celestians are out. We've seen how durable that they are, but are they durable against triple Plague Beast Crawlers and the Blight Lord Terminators? We might actually see these guys be semi-useful in this game. My biggest gripe about Death Guard Terminators is they just don't do much. They take so long to get into close combat, and they either die before they get there, or the opposing players kind of run away before they do any damage. Maybe some sort of AoE slow nearer might make them a bit more useful. Well, I don't know, faster personal teleports. I don't know what the solution to that is. Here comes a holy light, and from this light shall spawn the return of the Saints. Which saying, yeah, you're still Miss Celestine herself. Power and left, and oh, there we are. The Wraith Knight cometh. We're seeing all these. Oh, and an Avatar as well. He's back out. It's all kicking off. You wanted relic units? Well, here they are, baby. And this is just a remarkable, spectacular show of force. Wraith Knight raising his hands up in the air. Beautiful purple tone as well. The Wraith Knights, the Wraith Guardian on the back lines. And Wraith Knight, would it be an idea to focus maybe on the Banblade? Who knows? Either way, the Death Guard have been sent packing. They've only got their 3 Plague Beast Crawlers now. Oh, it was looking so positive. The Northern team. Wraith Knight goes down. Banblade still remarkably healthy, all things considered. But this is a mighty push. Oh, but Imperial, right, okay, so it's going to be knight on knight action. Well, not knight on knight because the Eldar knight's dead, but I've seen both of them at the very least. Here it is. Imperial Knight. Ready to do some things. I suppose that's one way to slap down a pigeon lady. Send something with big cannons, missile launchers, a huge chain sword as well. Would you even call that a sword at this point, or just an extra battering ram? Tier 2 Titans unlock on the way, which might work in their... questionable. It takes up a lot of money, and you're not guaranteed to keep your critical location. But, that being said, the centre is still up for grabs. Alright, the Imperial Knight has gone for 2 ranged weapons now. Firing as much as they can towards these fire prisms. And it seems like the Avatar and Saint Celestine is trying to go back to back, toe to toe with the Imperial Knight. His health though, being a Titan, is just not going down. He's more than happy to find close combat with both the Avatar Arcane and Saint Celestine. The Avatar fading away once more, broken down, and now it's the Saints' turn. but activating some sort of mad combat stimulant as she glows white with fury. And just look at her go! She's a woman who can. She's a woman that will. Celestians on her side. Also up here we've got things going on as well, but I just really want to see how this goes. Can she do it? It's madness, it's mayhem. And it's going to be... Yeah, there we go, she does it. That knight on its back. Beautiful things. And there's still plenty of Celestians left to push on forward. Plague Bear's Claws throwing down as much ordnance as they can towards these girls. Assault Plague Marines really need to charge in there and tie them up. The Plague Bear's Crawlers though, you might think being artillery, you don't want them anywhere near the front lines. But actually they've got a fair bit of extra things that they can throw towards people with their las cannons and other bits and bobs. Baneblade's still alive. There you go, you can get as many Titan units out as you want. But the good old trusty Baneblade still stands. There's a Wraith Knight, remarkably swift and nimble for a Titanic unit. I think you are just a relic unit in the Eldari roster. Big smackdown. The Guardians have now been upgraded to Dire Avengers, doing a bit more damage overall. And are we seeing... Oh good lord, this upgrade takes forever to do. Or did you cancel at some point? I don't know. Eva's got a Titter coming. Titter N coming. A Revenant Titan, right, okay. We're basically just seeing every time possible, apart from the Death Guard's Titans. Not sure why. You've got the cesspit. It's just tactics out of the window at this point. It's a case of who can bring out the biggest and best. But it does seem that Team 2 is building up the numbers that they require. Every moment that passes, more Celestians are thrown to the front lines. The Luminous Battle Tank on the back line has been upgraded with a incinerator. Plague Bear's Crawlers making the best opportunity of these tightly packed formations of Celestians. Wraith Knight is down. Baneblade is still remarkably healthy. Might though want to bring forth a Tech Priest Agency here just to keep the boy alive. Death Guard, are you really not going to go for anything substantial? Oh right, you got a Pustulant Land Raider. There's your relic unit. I was gonna say, do us a favour, get them out. Revenant Titan, slow to come out, but when it does, it's one of the few Titan units that can just basically jump around. There's the Pustulant Land Raider. Won't be winning any major medals in the relic department in this matchup, but it's a it's a sturdy box, able to absorb some damage. And there he is. Janky movement, granted, maybe a little bit slender. As far as modelling goes, I mean, look at him. Is just makes me think of, oh, was it Thunderbirds? Was it Thunderbirds? Did they have giant robots? Power Rangers! It was Power Rangers, ignore me! How on earth do you get Thunderbirds and Power Rangers mixed up? Two completely different shows. Either way, he's doing a Michael Jordan jump at that climactic scene in Space Jam. Spoilers by the by. The original Space Jam, mind you. The better one. And giving that vision to the Witch Hunters allows Celestine to come out for another time. Revenant Titan breaking forth those Plague Bear's Crawlers, allowing the Celestians to move on forward. Look at that swift, nimble Titan. It's several different engagements going on at this moment in time. Gaskin's been debuffed by the songs being played by the Imperial Immolators as well, with their twin heavy bolters, which kill infantry like no man's business. And there we go. One way to break up a defensive formation is just to say, sod your formation. We're going to attack you from multiple different angles. And that's the Banblade down. That is also Lehman Russ down. Soon to be another one. And the Imperial Guard still waiting for that Tier 2 Titan to unlock. They've got no critical locations. What a sad time. Would have been nice seeing an Imperial Warhound or something. Is it a Warhound Titan that these guys have? Not the Space Marines. Well, we may never know. We may never know. Is there a weapons team there? Fire on the Titan, men! Oh, Jesus. He's T-posing us. What disrespect. Can't stand for that. That's not what the Emperor sat on the throne for. But I suppose these are kind of heretic people, so guess we'll let them off. Avatars back out. Is that going to be useful this time? Maybe. Replacement Banblade on the way. Celestian, or Saint Celestine even, is inside the Death Guard base. And at the moment there is practically no army for the Death Guard. They put all their money in the artillery. And, well, didn't do them any favours. Oh, glowing with that warp shield. Also the Wraith Knight is here. Can the replacement Banblade do anything in this scenario? He was standing tall earlier on, but with that Revenant Titan on the field, looking less than ideal. Yeah, I mean, it's... unless a miracle happens, unless Papa Nurgle himself comes down to save the day, I can't imagine much else changing. But then again, we've seen crazier things. Land Raider and the Banblade is nothing to be sniffed at. There can be things to be done. Public enemy number one is the Revenant Titan. But the problem with this guy is that he's so fast that once you get him low on health, he could just jump away, which adds massively. I mean, funny enough, even though he's like probably the lowest armor, lowest health kind of Titan, he's got the best survivability out of all of them if you've got the micro. Push continues. Wraith Lord screaming. Well, low on health there. And the Banblade isn't going to go down without a fight. But he's glued on that Avatar Arcane. He wants him to live, does he? There we go. Wraith Knight. Take it down once again. So too will the Banblade. And what an absolute fantastic game we saw today. It's basically a meat grinder. We throw one bunch of men into the other bunch of men until one person dies, but being able to see all these late game units, you don't often get to see it. Some mighty damn fine play from all the players here. And definitely that final engagement where the Revenant Titan just jumped over everyone, Saint Celestine dropping down in. I think, yeah, even though this map wasn't made exactly for fast and manoeuvrable factions, they definitely made the most out of their dropping units with their with the Witch Hunters and stuff. So there we go. So cheers to, I can't remember who sent this game in because your name is different on the Discord, I think. Unless it was Envy. Maybe it was Envy. I'm going to say it was Envy, and if I'm wrong, then I do apologise. But cheers to you for sending that game into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure's always never short. Now I'll see you in a bit. Peace.